Welcome, everyone. It is a beautiful, beautiful Monday. How do I know it's beautiful? Oh, well, that's what I want it to be. I can't see anything outside, but it is a beautiful day. It's a glorious day, I tell you. Monday, Monday. I was in a room yesterday on Twitter. Oh, well, let me tell you something, Linda. Fantastic. But there was a question that came up because someone made the comment that, forgiveness I forget her thingy, her complete phrase, but it ran along the lines of forgiveness would only be for Christians. And so that's why she struggled with it, because she's not Christian. So let's break that down a little bit here today, okay? Forgiveness has nothing to do with if one is Christian, not Christian, whatever religion you want to be. Forgiveness has nothing to do with that. You see, because the word forgiveness, remember in the movie The Matrix, when he goes, but you're a computer program. How do you know what love is? He says, love is a word. Love is a word. You see, we've learned these words because we have to speak with one another. And over time, the word forgiveness has been, for lack of a better phrase, bastardized. We think forgiveness has to do with someone else. Here are the principles again. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. You see, forgiveness, as within, so without. If you walk holding a grudge against anybody, you are the one holding the grudge. Holding the grudge puts you in a mood. When you get in a mood, you think along that line. You speak along that line. You act along that line, and you are treated along that line of the mood that you hold. So you think you are doing something to someone else because I can't forgive them. You don't know how they've hurt me. You don't know what they did. They doggone near took my life. How can I possibly forgive them? Because when you hold on to the grudge, you are planting a seed. Because you're not just holding on to the grudge with, well, they did hurt me and it's okay. No, you're holding on to the grudge that says, this heifer, if I catch her in an alley, she might not walk out. So you see, you are rather emotional about that grudge that you're holding. And remember, when you hold on to something and it moves you, meaning when you feel a particular way about it, key word, when you feel a particular way about the thing that you're holding on to, you mentally impregnate yourself with that thing. And when you mentally impregnate yourself with that thing, well, you must bring forth the offspring of said thing that you feel. So forgiveness means you're not holding on to a grudge because you don't want the effect in your life of holding the grudge. That's what it truly means to forgive. I'm going to say it again for propensity's sake. When you forgive, you let go of the grudge, meaning you don't want to mentally impregnate yourself with it so that you're the one who has to reap what you have sown. Simple as that. So how does one let go? This was part of yesterday's this was the whole theme of yesterday's conversation. How do you let it go? You have to make a choice. Have to, yes. Yes, have to. And the choice would be yourself. Give yourself priority over the pain. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not invalidating what you experienced. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying to you, the longer you hold the pain, meaning you ruminate on it. Why did this happen to me? Why didn't God protect me? Why? Why? When we do that, we are planting that seed over and over and over again. We're planting a whole life full of those seeds. And what are we going to reap? So when you make the choice to be, for lack of a better word, selfish, because you must be, you must value yourself over the pain. Listen, we're all going to feel pain in some degree because, well, this is the world of death, as Neville so poetically put it. Everything dies here. Everything. Okay? But there's one thing that cannot die. You, me, because we are immortal. Wait, what? Yes. You are immortal. The spirit cannot die. The spirit is not born, thus it cannot die. The body is born, so it dies. Right? The spirit can't die. So, when you choose, you're not overlooking the pain. You're not pretending it isn't there. You're not sweeping it under the rug. You are saying, oh my goodness, this happened to me. But you know what's more important? I am more important than toting around pain. And that means every day that you get up, you will be confronted with the pain. Not because anybody is cruel, but because you have a memory. I mean, think about it. Alzheimer's or no Alzheimer's, because that's what's going to get rid of the memory for you, Alzheimer's. And you don't want that because you want to remember your children or your dog. You want to remember. But remembering is not selective. Remembering, you remember, period. But what will you do with what you remember? What are you going to do with what you remember? So every day that you get up, the thing that you have experienced is going to be there. Are you going to fight with it every day? No. You'll make a choice every day. Every day you will have to make the choice. And some days the choice will be easier to make than others. But at no time do you give up. You have an eternity to live. So giving up on one situation, you have an eternity. This one, the next one, it doesn't matter. You have an eternity to live. So what are you going to do? Every day that you get up, you will face that memory. But to help yourself, you do something very simple. What do you love? Angela, I don't love anything. I don't. I just can't. I hurt too much to love. Well, every day when you get up, do I love something now? Every day you get up, do I love something now? Every day you get up, do I love something now? Every day you get up, ask yourself, do I love something now? Because that's what you want. Because you already know I hurt. And every day you get up, I hurt. You already know one thing. It's time to learn something that you don't know. What do you love? What can you love? There must be something that you do that you enjoy. Whether it is big, small, that's irrelevant. What do you love? If you get up and you make that choice to love that thing and do it, because when you love something, it makes you feel, and when you feel, you act according to how you feel. So you get up in the morning. What can I love today? You know, my favorite flower is the ... You know what? I'm going to love that today. I promise you, you're going to go out there and you're going to see that favorite flower. For the whole day, you'll see it, whether in picture or in real life, but you'll see it because you're looking for it. Now, when you are busy looking for something, what did what did Queen say? Can you find me somebody to love? Find me someone to love, right? Yeah, find it. Because if you're looking for it, you'll find something to love, something to enjoy. And when you find something to love and enjoy, where's your mind now? It is not on pain, is it? So if your mind is not on pain, that means your mood is not on pain. How long can you hold your mood of love? How long can you hold it? So if you can hold your mood for whatever that, it does not matter what it is. Cute. It could be walking down the street and you love it. It could be a bird. You love the dog too. Meow. You could love the cat. It doesn't matter what you choose to love. You have moved your mood from pain to love. So the longer you sustain the mood of love, you are setting yourself free. It is a day to day thing. It is a moment to moment thing. Sean, it is a moment to moment thing. It is not something you get up and say, oh, look, I have forgiven the whole world and my life is peachy keen. Please, that's the fastest way to drive yourself to bedlam. You can't fake these things. It is a growing process. How do you know it's a growing process? Because when you put a seed into the ground, it has a stage. The first stage, once you bury it, it dies. And after it dies, it rises from the dead and it sprouts a root. And then it sprouts a shoot. And then it begins to flower. And then it fruits. It has a stage. So forgiveness, right? Forgiveness means you're going to get up every single day and you're going to choose yourself over pain. But it is an everyday thing. And the more you choose yourself to love and to live and enjoy, in spite of, what did Neville Goddard so poetically say? He said that things wither and die for want of attention. So it means when you get up and you choose not to hold the grudge, you know what you're actually doing? You're not planting seeds of grudges. If you plant seeds of grudges, let me tell you, nobody holds a grudge and it is nice and easy. No, when you hold that grudge, it burns you. You're like, oh, and look at them. They hurt me, and look at them. They're living their best life. And you get mad. And you see that anger that you get right there? Ooh, you just planted the seed of the grudge. And the only person who suffers because of that planted seed of grudge is you. It does not matter if you look out into the world and they're living their best life. That doesn't mean jack to you. You see, what we forget, let me gently remind you, everyone is governed by law. Everyone is governed by those 7 principles. So if you're walking around holding a grudge, you are your own judge according to the grudge that you're holding. So they might not be holding a grudge, but they're holding something else. And as within, so without. They have to reap what they have sown. Nobody escapes it. We are our own judges, simply based upon the mood of the thing that you hold. And when you hold it, you are planting it in your bosom all day long. And then you've got a choice to make. Because that's what we get to do, huh? We have the free will to choose this day who you will serve. The grudge. You know, if you serve the grudge, what's going to happen? It is predictable. You serve the grudge, you'll live it out some more. Woohoo! More, more, more. Give me more. You know, Britney Spears said it. Give me more, give me, right? So every time you choose it, whether you want to deliberately choose it or not, so long as, this is why I'm telling you about being deliberate. If you get up and you wallow in the hurt, you are deliberately choosing it. Oh, but Angela, it's always right there. How do you think I can just get over it? I'm not telling you to get over it. I am not cruel. I am showing you what happens to you when you keep holding it. And I'm telling you what to do to free yourself. And I'm also telling you that it is a moment by moment process. So when you say, what am I going to love today? Because I already know what that hurt feels like. So what am I going to choose to love today? Choose the simplest of things. Something simple. We all know nobody likes mosquitoes. But I was mowing the lawn the other day, and all of a sudden, it was like a carpet of red on the green. And I was like, what in the ladybugs? I was like, ladybugs burrow? What's happening here? And I love ladybugs. Choose the simplest of things to put your mind upon. Because when you put your mind upon the thing that's just simple and it brings you just a sliver of joy, just a tiny bit, it does not just remain a sliver, you know. The more you pay attention to it, the bigger it gets. And that goes for good, bad, or indifferent. So the grudge, if you're not holding it by choosing something ever so slightly better than the grudge, because you choose that little sliver of something that is better, keep choosing it, keep choosing it, keep choosing it, keep choosing it, keep choosing it. Why? Because it gets easier to choose. And because it gets easier to choose, now every day you have something beautiful to look forward to because you already know what is back there with the grudge. And sooner rather than later, because you keep choosing that sliver of something that grows and becomes something more beautiful, what do you think happens to the grudge? Oh, you don't forget it. You don't have Alzheimer's, so you don't forget it. But it diminishes its grip upon you. Naturally, it does. Naturally, it does. So you don't have to fight it. What do they tell you in science? That thing you resist will persist. Why does it persist if you keep resisting it? You're not resisting it. You're looking at it and holding on to it. You're not resisting it at all. In order to let something go, you have to think of something else. You have to allow something else to crowd your mind. And we cannot do that by force. We do it by love. Love will keep us together. We do it by love. Why? Because the thing you love, you don't have to force yourself to be in its presence, do you? No. Sure, you don't have to do that. You love it, child, you will make time. You will move mountains just to be there because you love it. No force required. It is pure, raw passion and desire that will keep you in the place that you love. It doesn't just work that way with people. It works that way with the mind. Because the universe is mental. The all is mind. And whatever is in your mind that moves you, well, that'll bring about all your causes and effects in your world. So practice today. And we're going to practice when we hear the bowl. You won't get bird song because he's still asleep at the moment, my little rooster. My little rooster. Sorry. Right? You just practice. How do you think you got so powerful holding on to the grudge? Because every day you got up, you practiced holding it. You thought it was something more profound? No, my beautiful friends. It has nothing to do with being profound. It is just the way, it is the law of rhythm. You choose it over and over and over and over and over again. Your body says, oh, so we're doing this? Oh, wait, sit back. Let me show you what I can do. I can give you a habit out of this. I can give you a habit out of this and make it easy for you to think about it all day long, because that's what you're telling me you want to do by constantly thinking about it. Your body's not against you. The universe is not punishing you. You are choosing the thought. But you choose the thought according to the mood. So the simple thing to do, as you hear the bowl this beautiful day, choose. You already know what a grudge feels like. But now, do you want to feel what love feels like? I'm not talking about, oh my God, George. George, I love you. That's not what I'm talking about. Love. Love. Unconditional, not judging. You will choose something that, well, I can learn to love this. You just choose something that is better than the grudge. I'm looking at apples right now, bright and shiny and red. If I want to say, you know what, I just love the color red. Well, how does red make you feel when you look at it? Okay, well, run with that. So what are you going to do? Here's the steps yet again. Acknowledge the grudge that you're holding. Yeah, acknowledge it. It smells bad, doesn't it? Acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge the grudge, now decide, well, I already know what the grudge feels like. I want to find something else that feels better and choose. Listen, it could be maple syrup. Oh, Angela, you're just being silly. No, I'm not. I'm telling you, there's something that feels better than the grudge. Find it. It could be cotton candy. Shoot, it could be key lime pie. Just the thought of it makes you feel better right away. Right away. Now, throw yourself into that feeling of the thing with abandon. Let it go, let it go. Oh my God, you must think I'm nuts, but I'm serious. Throw yourself to the abandon of the new thing. And every time the grudge says, but hey, what about me? You say, what about you? And you go back to the thing, that little tiny thing that feels better. But what about me? What about you? I already know what you feel like, but I like it over here. And sooner rather than later, it will stop saying, well, what about me? Listen, it could be 10 years and it'll still say, hey, what about me? So when you hear the bull this morning, choose something. Choose something. Deuteronomy 28 tells you, I put before you life or death. Choose life, though. Choose life. It's telling you what to choose. Even though you have free will to choose, it's telling you what to choose. Why life? Because life feels good. You wanted something more profound. Sorry. Pure raw facts. Choose something that feels better. And when you choose that thing that feels better, oh, better work it out. Just work it out and work it out and work it out. Meaning to choose it every time. Because things wither and die for want of attention. Stop watering that plant in your house, it will die. Because you're not giving it any attention in the form of water. So if you're not giving those grudges fuel, and you know what? Let me be honest with you here. More than I have been? Yes, because I got 2 minutes remaining. It feels good. Oh, it feels good to palm that grudge, doesn't it? You can sit there and pretend that it doesn't, but I'm telling you that it does. It feels good to just have it burn in your chest and go, this bitch. Ah. It feels good to do it. Don't lie to yourself. That's what gets us in trouble. We say, and we want to pretend. No, we already know the grudge feels good. But what fruit will you bear from it? That doesn't taste so good. So if you don't want bitter fruit, don't plant bitter grudge seeds. Let me say hello to everybody, and then we'll get the ball. Hey, Big Mike. Wisdom Almighty, I see you, and the others on YouTube and Facebook, I see you too. Hello, Twitter. Hilarion. I see you, darling. It is always how good and pleasant it is to see you, yes? Fanbase. Fanbase is in the house. Who's here? Oh, hello, James. Why do I say it like that? Because James is my favorite name to say. Hello, James. KZ, because James Bond is my favorite character, but I digress. Hey, CM. Miss McQueen. Hello, Sean, darling. Hello, Sean. I met Sean a few weeks ago. I sure did. Hey, Sean. Happy is in the house at Oracle Tree House. Flo Smiles. Miss Fawn, I see you. Welcome every single one of you to the space. Now let me get the bowl. Listen, fan base, you know I have an extra few moments for you after the bowl, but not too long. I've got to leave the house at 6, and here I am just nattering away, but I digress. Let's get the bowl. And when you hear the bowl this morning, what do you want to love instead of the grudge you presently do? And when you make the choice, listen, you can make the choice every day to love something else, but just love something else rather than the grudge. Because the more you love the grudge, it starts to say, feed me, Seymour. Uh-huh. And what do you got to feed it? Blood, your life. Oh, what else did you think was keeping it alive? Your life is keeping the grudge alive. So find something else to love and feed that your life instead, because it will give you life back. It does not just suck your life from you and not give you anything. That's what a grudge will do. If you don't know, now you know. Let me get the bowl. I'm coming, y'all. Just hold on. Fan base. That's our inside joke.
What?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, fan base. Thank you all for being here on this glorious Monday. Let us go forth into the world and truly understand forgiveness. Forgiveness sets you free from the clutches of the grudge that you hold, so that you will stop planting the seeds of grudge in your life. All right, y'alls, I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to fall asleep with us. No, I don't remember the name of the lecture. I think it's He Breaks the Shell, though, because I mentioned that we would do it this week. I have to find that one, though, because it's not in any of the texts that I have already. So I have to find He Breaks the Shell. I think somebody did send it to me on Discord, so I'll find it, but that's tonight. He Breaks the Shell. Because remember, Friday, it was for hatching. Hatching, shells. Chickens. Right? That's what it was for. So anywho, that's tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll see you tonight. Fanbase, hold on. Much love, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.